Learning to code is a rewarding and valuable skill to have, with the potential to open new career opportunities and increase your earning potential. But how does one get started with learning to code? So back when I was in college and I had to pick my major, I knew that I wanted to pick up computer science or information technology, mainly because of two reasons. That one, I was very fascinated by building something with code, and the second one, I heard that a lot of students earn a hell lot just coming right out of college who are from the computer science branch. But the thing that troubled me the most was that I couldn't find the right resources. What I mean by that is I used to just go randomly on YouTube and just mindlessly write how to learn C++. And then I used to get multiple playlists of C++ over there. And I used to just go through some of them, but they were throwing so much technical jargon that, it just made me feel stupid over there. So what I realized was that the way these guys are teaching is kind of wrong, because you can't just expect someone to know these specific terms beforehand when they just come and check out your course for the first time. Because of that, I used to get a lot of thoughts in my head that, did I make the right decision taking computer science? Is this the right choice for me? Am I going to be the stupidest person alive who took computer science, or am I going to be the lowest paid computer science engineer ever? But in the end, it just boiled down to one specific question: that how the hell do I learn to code? Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. It was 4 years back when I wrote my very first line of code, and I want to tell you 5 ways that helped me out in the process. But before that, I want to tell you guys, why is it important for you guys to learn to code? So let's get started. Firstly, coding is one of those professions in which if you know the basics really well and you can know how to crack coding interviews, you can get a really high pay right out of college. The second point is that, let's say you're someone who has an entrepreneurial mindset who wants to build something like the next Facebook or Uber. Now you can create it on your own without wanting to find someone who can, create it for you. Point number 3 is the growing number of job opportunities. Many jobs in the technical industry require programming skills. As the demand for technology increases to grow, the demand for skilled programmers also increases to grow. Learning to code can open up a wide range of possibilities in the fields of machine learning, data science, data analysis, etc. Point number 4, it improves your logical thinking skills. Coding requires you to think logically and solve problems. It can help you improve your problem solving skills in general. These skills can be valuable in a wide range of situations, such as managing your finances or tackling a difficult project at work. Now that we're done with the positives of learning to code, I just want to take a minute and tell you guys that whatever ways I'm going to mention later on in the video are by no means easy. What I mean by that is, point number 1, coding can be challenging. If you're just starting out with learning to code, then you'll require a lot of patience and practice to get a grasp of the programming concepts and the syntax, and there can be a steep learning curve. Point number 2, it can be time consuming. Learning how to code can take a significant amount of time, especially if you're just starting out with it. You may need to devote a lot of time and energy in learning the concepts and then just continuing to improve your skills over time. Point number 3, it may not be for everyone. Not everyone enjoys coding or is naturally good at it. Some people may find it frustrating and uninteresting, and that's okay. It's important to consider if learning to code is something you're really into it before committing to it. Point number 4, it can be expensive. Some online coding courses and bootcamps can be expensive, which may be a barrier for some people. However, there's so many free resources available on learning how to code, such as online tutorials and open source materials, etc. Now, since we talked about both the positives and negatives of learning how to code, let's head on to the main meat of the video, that is, how do we learn to code? Point number 1, learn a programming language. Python is something that I'd suggest anyone to pick up if you're a beginner, just because it's the easiest language to learn and most of the time it just reads like English. The data structures are easy to understand and doesn't have a lot of words in it. Learn the ins and outs of the language so that you know the why of whatever you're doing, and this is probably the kind of language that you use in coding interviews, so it's good to get a grasp of it early on. Now, to learn Python, let's move on to point number 2, which is take a well-structured and reputed online course. Now, since you know that you need to learn Python, don't just go on YouTube and check out the very first place you can find over there. Instead, do a bit of market research. Find out who are the best teachers who can teach you the concepts. Check out the course reviews, check out the ratings that students have given to these teachers. You need to check out which are the best project-oriented, well-structured course out there so that you guys can get a good understanding of the language. For me personally, if anyone asks me, I'll recommend them Complete Python Pro Bootcamp 2022 by Angela Yu, just because Angela is by far the best teacher out there. She teaches the concepts in such a way that probably she's just teaching it to like a 5-year-old kid, and just makes it so easy to understand. The whole course is gonna be project oriented. She kind of holds your hands in the start from, I think, the first day to the 30 or 48 day. Later on, she just keeps on giving you projects in which you can just work on your own. You don't need to ask for her help or do anything. She still provides you with some sort of help in some way or the other, but in the later parts of the video, like from day 80 to day 100, there's no help. She just gives you projects and you need to complete it. The good thing about this course is that when you're done with it, you'll have a lot of projects to put in your resume. So I think this is the best course to take. Now, besides Udemy, there are other good resources out there as well, like Coursera, edX, Khan Academy. In addition to these resources, there might be some websites, tutorials, books that might be available for you guys to learn that can teach you how to code. Some of the popular ones include code.org and the Odin project. It's a good idea to explore different kinds of resources and see what matches your learning style. Now, point number 3 is practice, practice, and practice. The best way to get good at anything is to practice. You need to learn how to write code by actually writing code. Try to work on small projects and try to write code every day so that you improve your skill. By actually writing and working with code, you get a deeper understanding of how different programming concepts work and how to apply them in real-world situations. Practicing also improves your problem-solving skills and helps you to think like a developer or a programmer. Point number 4, join online communities. Joining online communities can be a very helpful way to learn to code. These communities often include forums, chat groups, social media groups where programmers ask questions, share their work, and get feedback on their work. This can be a great way to learn from experienced programmers who might have some valuable insights to give to you, and you'll get the opportunity to pick their brain in the process as well. Some popular sites for finding online communities can be Stack Overflow, Reddit, GitHub, Discord. In addition to asking and answering questions, online communities can be a great source of learning resources such as online tutorials, code snippets, code examples, and projects. Many communities also hold online hackathons where you can compete against the members of that same community and test your skills in the process as well. Overall, joining online communities can be a great way of connecting with like-minded individuals and also bonding with them so that you can build a network of fellow programmers who share the same interests. Now, point number 5, get help when you need it. It's a good idea to ask for help when you're learning to code. Asking for help can be a valuable way to learn and improve your skills. And there are many different resources and people you can turn to for help. One of the best places to ask for help can be online communities and forums. These communities, in addition to having experienced programmers who can help you and guide you with their valuable insights, they also have like dedicated channels just for doubt solving where different programmers come out and just help each other out. Besides online communities and forums, you can just go and ask help from your friends, your colleagues, your mentors, or anyone you know, your teachers. I'm really sure that they might be really happy to help you in any way they can. Overall, asking for help is just normal and it's an important part of learning to code. Don't be afraid to reach out to others for support and advice when you need it. Alright guys, this was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope whatever I said in the video helps you out in some way or the other. If you liked the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Also mention in the comments what kind of video you guys would want next in the channel. Besides this guys, please do check out my podcast, link right over here. Just to give you a small gist of what the podcast is basically just about helping students or some like-minded individuals in their early 20s or mid-20s who have certain questions in their head regarding what should they do with their lives. Things like which company should I interview for, how should I build my resume, how should I apply to foreign universities, how do I learn to code, questions like this. You know, like a wholesome place where we try to answer a lot of different kinds of questions. I also want to do questions regarding like how to build the right mindset, what does it mean to have like a winner's attitude, things that everyone from their late teens to early 20s or mid 20s should know about so that they don't miss out on valuable opportunities for the future. Topics like personal branding, social media is so big right now, but most of the people don't really know about it and they just, you know, judge people on those topics. I really want to bring those topics out, and I really hope that you guys like the podcast as well. With that guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.